Welcome to Winging It. We're playing Arkham Horror the card game today. We're starting a new campaign. This is the just released, as of this recording, Innsmouth Conspiracy. I'm very excited to play it. I'm playing through with Silas and Amanda. Silas, both from this box, although I've had Silas for a while in the book form, one of my favorite investigators, and Amanda, one of my new favorite investigators. Both playing with a heavy commit style of play, which is just something that I like the fast setup and enjoy, committing lots of cards to tests. So I wanted to run this pair through the Innsmouth Conspiracy, as they both have backstories that tie themselves to Innsmouth. Although after having played the core box through, after playing the expansion box through a couple times, I realized that the story is more oriented towards Trish, but I'm sticking with this because I really do love these investigators. So, if you want to know about the decks I've built, you can look in the links below and you can check them out. And I go through a detailed discussion of all the cards in these decks, why I'm taking them, what my goals are with the build. I'll quickly say they're both built to be flexible. Both are going to be able to do some combat and some cluing, which is not typically how I build Silas, but we're stretching a bit. All right, so let's go ahead and draw up opening hands and see what we got. So Silas will draw. His weakness, that's a thing. Replace that. We get a daring, always good. A lucky, always good. Leather coat, we can probably throw that back. Eureka. Good for tutoring out cards, and unexpected courage. Okay, I definitely want to keep the daring and the lucky. We're going to throw these other cards back. I would like the Eureka to tutor stuff, but it's not necessarily a given that I'll be able to pass those particular tests to be able to do it. So, we got another Eureka. And another unexpected courage. What is the shuffling in this deck? Okay, and the Derringer. So, we have two shots that we can do some damage to something. Derringer's not great. It's just my hold weapon until I can find something better. Holdover weapon, I should say. Okay, now Amanda will draw. She gets a lab assistant. Nice. We can get some cards in play. We got our Sig. Probably will keep that. Maybe. A deduction. Okay, we can get some clues right off the bat. A Dream Enhancing Serum would be nice, actually. Although, you don't always get like a ton of value out of the Dream Enhancing Serum right away. But actually, I think I'm going to keep all of these cards. If we can get the Lab Assistant and the Dream Enhancing Serum down, we might actually be able to do pretty well with our big hand. So I'm going to keep all of these. And looks like we're going the investigating route, which is fine. She is going to be a little bit more investigating in her level 0 version anyway. And this will, and we know that Silas is set up to fight. All right, so I'm not going to be reading all of the. There are definitely going to be spoilers here. I'm not going to read all the flashbacks and stuff like that, but I am going to read the acts and agendas. So let's see where we are. We've woken up in this pit without any memories. So, okay, we have the agenda 1A, Awakening. A salmon lays dead on the ground nearby, its scaly flesh just starting to rot. You can tell from the kelp and the dripping wet walls that this cavern was underwater not too long ago. How much time do you have before the high tide? Forced, when your turn begins, if you are at a fully flooded location, you struggle for air. When your turn ends, if you did not enter an unflooded or partially flooded location during your turn, take 5 direct damage. So you basically drown. Alright, we have Act 1A, The Pit. You have awakened in a waterlogged cavern, mind robbed of its memories, and you are not alone. Whatever else lives in this cavern, it can't possibly be friendly. You have to get out of this place and back to civilization, and we need 6 clues to advance. And finally, our starting location is the Unfamiliar Chamber. Okay. There are 2 clues here. It's a 3-shroud. Forced after the Unfamiliar Chamber is revealed, randomly choose one of the set-aside face-down keys and place it on the Unfamiliar Chamber without looking at it. And all these locations are, of course, they're connected to each other, up and down, left and right. And here's one of these keys. These are the key tokens from These are the key tokens from Orbits we're using. Really nice. I'm using these key tokens and flood tokens and curse and bless tokens. All right, and we got 2 clues here. All right, so at the beginning of the round, Amanda draws a card, and then she has to decide what to put under her. So we will draw, okay, a Burning the Midnight Oil. Great, that'll give her some resources. So we definitely wanted her to investigate. We're just going to go ahead and put an Unexpected Courage under her. I'm just going to throw it over her card here. And that way she can just, well, let's see. Yeah, we're probably just going to investigate and throw 1 deduction at it, because our first 2 actions are going to be playing the Lab Assistant and the Dream Enhancing Serum. Yeah, it's unfortunate that the Unexpected Courage means that if we hit the other Unexpected Courage with the Dream Enhancing Serum out, we won't get to draw a card. I mean, we could put Obscure Studies under her as a 1-of, but I think I'd rather save it for something more important. This is going to have her investigating at a 5v3, which actually isn't amazing. 6v3 with the deduction. No, 5v3 with the 8. All right, so I'm reversing myself. I'm actually, for a couple of different reasons, I'm going to give her better odds. I'm going to go ahead and just put the Obscure Studies under her. This will allow us to investigate a little bit higher. And it does save our Unexpected Courage as a potential target for Dream Enhancing Serum. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have her go. Interestingly enough, Silas could commit the Eureka to this to let her look for cards, but I don't know that we need to do that. So she will, action 1, spend 3 for the Dream Enhancing Serum. That here for now. Then she'll spend 2 for the Lab Assistant, which, has potential targets to hit the Dream Enhancing Serum. So, when we draw 2 cards. So we're going to draw 2 cards. We draw an Inquiring Mind and another Dream Enhancing Serum. Okay, well, we already played our Dream Enhancing Serum. That's basically just a willpower icon for us. I don't think we're going to be playing another one. Okay, so that was her second action. Of course, her hand size is bigger now. All right. So we could play Burning the Midnight Oil to get resources, but actually I'm going to hold on to it so that if we manage to draw the other Burning the Midnight Oil, we can get a card draw out of it, and I don't think we need the resources right now. So we'll go ahead and investigate, committing deduction. So we are at 5-6 to beat 3. There are 20 tokens in the bag, and 10 of them are spooky tokens. But all the spooky tokens, as you can see, are -3 or worse. So there's only 2 tokens we can fail on. So of course we'll fail, right? But okay, 0. We get 2 clues. All right. And it means we can pick up this key, which we will do, and we'll see which key it is. It is, okay, the black key shouldn't be one of the keys. I put the wrong key to the side, so let me see which key. Alright, so I accidentally, it's the purple key was the one I left in the box and took out the black key instead. So she now has the purple key. Okay, good enough. So Silas is going to spend 3 resources to get set up with a Derringer. Actually, you know what? We're going to draw a card first, because I want to draw a card anyway. And we can see if we get a better weapon, because that Derringer is not fantastic. So, first action, he's just going to draw. Okay, we get a Live and Learn. So that's an interesting thing. If we fail with the Derringer, we can Live and Learn to do the attack and not lose the ammo off the Derringer. Second action, we're going to draw another card. We get Peter Sylvester. Okay, I'm actually going to spend 3 to put Peter Sylvester out, and then we can play the Derringer next turn. That might be risky, but I mean, if we get an enemy, we can probably just evade it. So not a horrible deal. So that is his 3 actions. Now we'll go ahead and do Upkeep. And Silas will draw Take Heart. And Amanda will get a vicious blow. Okay, so if Silas manages to have to do a 3 damage enemy, then we're in business. Okay, we're at 1 of 7 doom. And Silas's encounter card is... Oh, wait. They each get resources. Yeah, that's how you play this game. So she's got 1 resource, he's got 3. Okay. Silas will get... Okay, Macabre Memento. You test 3 willpower. If you reveal the token during this test, you automatically fail. If you fail, take 2 horror. So we don't care that much about taking horror here because we got Peter out and he can soak 1 of those 2 horror. So I think we're just going to take it as is and commit a take heart. So we are actually at 2v3. And we'll just embrace the horror for cards and resources. Alright, that is -1 because we are not at a flooded location. So we get 2 cards and 2 resources from the Take Heart. We get a Quick Thinking, not too shabby. We get Stunning Blow. And then 2 resources. Alright, I can live with that. And then Amanda's Treachery is going to be Undertow, Revelation. If your location is unflooded, which it is, Underflow gains Surge. Thank goodness, because that's it's a painful card. Alright, and so it surges into, oh, she gets her own Macabre Memento, testing 3 willpower. She's actually in pretty good shape against this, because she's at a 5 because of that Obscure Study. So 5v3, she's failing on about 4 tokens. She can go ahead and freely commit this Dream Enhancing Serum to it because I'm not going to play it. And it does, it's not a duplicate that could potentially be hit by Dream Enhancing Serum. So we'll just go ahead and buy another token. Oh, we actually needed to take horror from Silas. It's not just the take heart. Alright. Alright, so here we go. She's testing at 6v3. Alright, that is -3 if you fail, and something, something, something. But she doesn't fail. So she doesn't take the 2 horror. Alright, now it's the beginning of the round. Amanda will draw a card, and she will draw an Inquiring Mind. Well, I think... Okay, so we can go ahead and exhaust the Dream Enhancing Serum to draw another card, which is Malison. Okay, so we got a nice soak if we end up killing off the lab assistant. And we got 2 Inquiring Minds. We can freely put 1 under her because we know we're not going to draw another one. So it's not taking away a target for the Dream Enhancing Serum. So we'll go ahead and put the Inquiring Mind under her, or over her, as the case may be. So I think we will go down into the Tidal Tunnel first and see what we can see. Does Amanda go down, or does Silas? I think Silas goes down to explore. Yes. So he will spend 3. No, she's going to go down, actually. Just hope there's clues there. Okay, so we're going down here to the Tidal Tunnel. And it is an underground river. Okay, this is a victory point. This is one that we actually would like to get the clues at. It cannot be fully flooded, but after it's revealed, you increase its flood level. So it's going to be partially flooded. There are 4 clues here. It's a victory point. And this will end up being a fairly safe location. So this is actually a good place for her to hang out at, given that it keeps her Inquiring Mind on. Now, the thing is, she's only investigating at a 5v4, which is not awesome. So the question is, what do I want to do? Do I want to try to investigate, or do I just want to draw cards? Maybe get like a mag glass or something? I think I can put the Inquiring Mind under her, and it's just worth filling up my hand a little bit. And then we could take like 3 investigate turns next turn when we're in a really good shape to do it. So she's going to draw a card. She'll get a cracked case. Okay, well, that'll be very valuable here. Now, of course, none of this will trigger her Dream Enhancing Serum because it's already exhausted. Okay, action 2. So that was action 2. Action 3, we're going to just draw again. And we'll get a Grizzly Totem. Oh, man. So I won't be able to play it this turn, which it actually would have been helpful, but that's fine. Okay, so just getting our handful up. Not trying to rush things too much. So clearly, Silas does want to be in that location with her. He doesn't have any of his clue tech, sadly. He's going to spend 3 for the Derringer. I think we actually move. Well, we're going to draw a card, then move, then play the Derringer. So, yeah. Draw a card. I keep hoping I'm going to get a good weapon. Okay, look what I found. Awesome. That's that will definitely be something that he can use to get clues. Then he is going to move, and he's going to spend 3 for the Derringer. Now, he's going to have to discard a card, but we'll just discard. I don't know what we'll discard. Maybe the Eureka. I don't know. I'd like to find a Meat Cleaver or one of his signatures, but it is what it is. Okay, so that is his turn. That the Live and Learn will help with trying to get the... and the Lucky will help with trying to get clues. So, all right. Anyway, he's going to draw for Upkeep. He gets another Quick Thinking. So I'm probably going to actually just discard that. I hate to lose a Quick Thinking, but there's like, what are my other good options? Actually, possibly the Stunning Blow. You know what? Quick Thinking I think is just too good. I'm going to discard the Stunning Blow and keep the Quick Thinking. Alright, and he gets a resource. Alright, Amanda, Dream Enhancing Serum is ready. We'll draw Burning the Midnight Oil. Okay, we're rewarded for not doing the Burning the Midnight Oil before. We can exhaust the Dream Enhancing Serum to draw another card, which is her knife. Okay, so we don't, I think we want to investigate to get these clues, although, it'd be nice to say, yeah, we want to be able to play the knife. We want to take a turn. Like, you want all of her. I like to spend her entire turn getting assets out if I'm going to do it. Like when I don't think there's going to be critical tests, and I would like to get out the Grizzly Totem and the knife. Although Silas might be able to get 2 of these clues, so we'll see. She wants to burn the Midnight Oil twice now that she's got 2 of those in her hand. All right. And she has a big fill hand, but Laboratory Assistant gives her extra hand space, and the Dream Enhancing Serum does as well. Okay, so, Silas is going to get... we forgot to flood this location. So these are nice flood tokens, again, from Orbits. So it's partially flooded. Revelation. If your location is unflooded, Undertow gains Surge. Well, we are in a flooded location. Otherwise, put it into your threat area, and after you move, take 2 damage and 2 horror. Yikes. Oh, speaking of which... Peter healed his horror. And then you can take a free trigger to discard 1 card from your hand and test 3 fight or 3 agility to fight the pull of the tides. If you succeed, discard Undertow. So Silas, those are his stats. He can manage it. All right, and then all right, we have a swarm of rats for Amanda, which Silas can probably deal with. Okay, and then she gets to draw her card at the beginning of Upkeep, which is a Perception. Interesting. So we could put the Perception under her and then commit the Inquiring Mind. Let's see, what can we commit? We could, we would be at 4v4. The Inquiring Mind we would pass, and then we could do an Unexpected Courage, and then we could get loads of card draw out of this. So I'm just trying to decide, do I want to commit the Inquiring Mind, or put the Inquiring Mind under her, which gives her... You know what? The Inquiring Mind's probably not going to be good at the end of the round anyway, so we'll go ahead and put the Perception under her, and then commit the Inquiring Mind. Now, one downside to committing the Perception is that we won't have it as a target for Dream Enhancing Serum. Okay, let's see. We have actions. All right. So Silas is going to probably... He's going to attack the rats. He's just punching at 4v1. That's pretty safe. Just not try not to hurt Amanda. I mean, we can lucky if we really need to. We could commit daring, but I think I want to save the pullback, his pullback ability. And it's not like we need the card draw anyway. So action 1, he's going to punch the rats up by 3. Alright, that's -2. That's dead rats. Okay, Silas, you did a thing. Okay, now I think we want to go ahead and do the undertow test. We're going to commit a quick thinking and a Eureka to this. We're going to do the agility one, so we can commit Eureka. So we're at 4, 5, 6. We can pull back one of those cards if we need to. This is actually a free trigger. We have to discard a card in order to do this. Kind of want the unexpected courage for doing the for trying to get clues. I guess we just free trigger to get rid of. We'll discard the quick thinking. All right, so we are at 4, 5, 6 to beat 3. This is not taking action. Okay, -2. We can pull back the quick thinking, which we will do with his ability. And then we still have it, and we still succeed with the Eureka because we were at 4, 5. And we can actually look at the top 3 cards and pick one. So we have a Track Shoes versus a Take Heart versus a Lucky. Now, having the Track Shoes in play would be really good. So we're going to take the Track Shoes. And Undertow is gone. Okay, second action, we're going to spin the 3 to put out the Track Shoes. Oh, I forgot about Peter, actually. I didn't even need to commit and pull back that quick thinking. Ah, that was actually pretty terrible. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. Okay, and last action, we're going to investigate committing unexpected courage. So we are at even. The idea... Oh, wait, we don't have 2 resources to spend on Take Heart. Just kidding. Wow, my whole plan fell apart right there. All right, we will last action. So, all right, I think we'll no, we'll just take a resource. We can do it next turn. Leave some clues in this location. Okay, so I think the first thing is Amanda is going to burn the midnight oil to investigate. She gets 2 resources for that. All right, and she's going to commit the Inquiring Mind. She is at 4, 5, 6, 7, up by 3. She'll draw a card if she's successful. Okay, that is -3. We do not fail. And we draw a card from the Perception, which is Whispers from the Deep, and she gets a clue. So I'm inclined to just commit this and fail the next test, and then we'll make a solid attempt at the investigating after this. So, all right. So we're just committing this Whispers from the Deep. We're at 3v4. That way, it's just not in our hand for later. All right, -4. We fail with a vengeance. Okay, and then the last action, we'll go ahead and we will. I was gonna play the burning the midnight oil, but I think we'll commit it, so we're 3 up. Because I think the card draw is more valuable than the resources, and we're already good on resources. We're at 4, 5, 6, 7. B4 up by 3 is really good. We could commit the Cracked Case, but that might also be good for resources here soon. We would like to play the Grizzly Totem and the Knife. The one disadvantage to using this Unexpected Courage is we don't really have a good card to put under her next turn. But Silas might be able to get those last 2 clues next turn with a Look What I Found. Okay, she gets a -4. She fails. Well, that hurts a lot. Okay, well, they're going a little bit slower than I'd wanted them to be going. I'm not going to lie. That was not my favorite turn there. All right, so Upkeep. Although Silas is pretty well set up to deal with things, I just need some more investigative power from Amanda. Silas will draw Cherished Keepsake. Oh, don't mind getting that in play to soak some horror. Okay, Amanda will draw Fine Clothes. I mean, might be something we'll get into play if we are just looking for some extra soak. We're at 3 of 7 Doom. We will draw. Okay, Silas will get this Memory of Oblivion. Test 4 willpower or 4 intellect. If you reveal a Elder Thing token, you automatically fail. For each point you fail by choosing to discard 1 card from your hand. Gross. Okay. We will probably lucky this. We're at we'll commit the Unexpected Courage to this. So we're at 4v4 on the willpower test. I'm testing willpower. Okay, +1. We pass. We don't want to pull back the Unexpected Courage. So we haven't used his ability. All right. Well, at least that's out of the way. That one really. The last time I played Amanda with our 4-player group, and that one really hurt her a lot. Okay, so we got a Young Deep one. After Young Deep one engages you, take 1 horror. All right. So she takes a horror. That's a 3 fight. We'll put it on the lab assistant, actually. And then at the end of the Mythos, or the beginning of the investigator phase, she will draw a Practice Makes Perfect. Interesting. So I have to decide what I want to put under her. Let's see, if I put a Vicious Blow under her, that's no good. I think she's just going to be playing assets this turn, actually. And so I think we put something we don't need, either Malison or Fine Clothes. But Malison might come in useful later to tank some stuff. So we'll put the Fine Clothes under her, and we'll just use this turn to play things. She could, she could investigate with Practice Makes Perfect, or she could fight with Practice Makes Perfect to kill the Young Deep one and draw a card. But I think I'd rather just take this turn to play assets. So that leaves it up to Silas. Now she could commit the Vicious Blow to him, but he can probably do it with 2 shots. So with the Derringer, he'll take a shot with the Derringer. He's going at 6v3. First action, 6v3. -1. So takes 2 damage. Then we're going to investigate committing daring, which will just give us a card draw, or a fight. So we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, v3. Okay, that is -2 because it's partially flooded. So we actually need to leave it committed because we were at 4. Yeah. which is, I mean, fine. He is dead. No last damage to him. And we get to draw a card from the Daring. So he'll draw, look what I found. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, we got the 2 resources. That was the second action. So we could do the look what I found play. I think we commit quick thinking just to make sure this goes off, and then we can lucky. Oh, there's actually 3 clues here. Interesting. All right, we will investigate committing quick thinking. So we're at 3v4. Oh, but we don't have enough resources to lucky and do this. Okay. We will commit the look what I found to be 4v4. We can still pull the quick thinking back if we don't need it. All right, so we're 5v4. Might even get a clue. All right, that is -2. If you fail and you control a key, take 1 horror. We do not control a key. If we pull back the quick thinking, which we will do, then we fail. So this goes in the discard, but we can spend 2 resources to play our other look what I found to get 2 clues off this location. Okay, and then we can live and learn. So we'll be at 4v4, and the lab, Amanda can spend 1 to play Practice Makes Perfect. She'll look through the top 9 cards of her deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're looking for a practice card that we can commit to an investigate test. Perception is the idea here, which we found. So we'll commit the perception. So he's 2 up, which isn't amazing. We could commit the quick thinking just to make sure we get it. And I think that's worth it because, I mean, make sure we get it. We still failed in the -4. But live and learn get us up to 4. The perception gets us up to 6. Quick thinking gets us up to 7. But that means that Amanda gets the perception back in her hand, which is a good thing. And she gets a card draw. Like, there's so much value if we pass this test. So I think it's worth it. All right. So yeah, he'll commit the quick thinking to this. So we're up by 3 to get the last clue. Okay, -3. Good thing we did. Seems like there's a lot of Elder Things in this bag. All right, so this goes into her hand, and she draws a card, which is another laboratory assistant. Not bad. He doesn't get the extra action from quick thinking, but it doesn't matter. We got the clue. And then Amanda can crack the case to get 4 resources, which she will definitely give 2 to Silas, and she'll take 2 herself. She could overwrite the lab assistant for card draw, with the intention of getting the to draw 2 cards, which is not a play that I hate because I really want to get the dream the dream diary, but maybe that's not something we care about right now. I think she actually will just play 2 assets. Well, the thing is, I don't want to put out the knife. Oh yeah, I can put out the knife. Yeah, then we can put the magna glass down later. We don't even have the magna glass yet. Okay, she plays 2 assets and then moves back to the unfamiliar chamber. We could advance, actually, which would have an interesting effect, I guess. But I kind of want to advance from one of the corners, I think. All right, so yeah, we'll what is the benefit to advancing here? we'll want to advance at the beginning of the next turn either way. All right, so she'll spend 3 for the Grizzly Totem. I think we'll draw a card and then play the knife if we don't get something else. But I think she doesn't want to move because we just want to advance next turn and then she'll move and start investigating with perception. Yeah. So she's going to draw a card. Okay, she'll get an overpower. That actually might be nice at the beginning of next turn. And then she'll spend 1. To put the knife into play. So that was her. Let's see. Played the Grizzly Totem, drew a card, and played the knife. Alright, good shape. Let's see, I'm just looking at her discard real quick. I want to see, we haven't discarded an overpower, right? Yeah. So, we could advance and put the, she could actually punch pretty good. Okay. Doing upkeep. Well, advance at the beginning of the next round. Alright, Silas will draw her upkeep. Leather coat. Okay. He's actually feeling he invested a lot to get those clues. But it's a victory point location, so I'm not feeling too bad. And I guess she's up for fighting. Okay, the Dream Diary, which is what I wanted. So that's interesting. Alright, and now we are at 407 Doom. Ideally, I want to get to play the Dream Diary, use it, and then she can put it under her. Essence of the Dream. Okay, we get Rising Tides. Increase the flood level of the nearest location that can have its flood level increased. Okay, so we can increase the flood level of the Unfamiliar Chamber. Alright, and then because we can't do the one that they're on because it says it can't be fully flooded. Okay, and then we get a Swarm of Rats for her. Okay, so this just confirms my idea that what I wanted to do was to put the Overpower under her, and she can hit the Swarm of Rats and potentially the Amalgam or whatever. Okay, so anyway, she will then she draws Nihilism, which is probably just going to stay in her threat area. Let's see. We'll just put it over here. So every time she gets an autofill. Okay, so we're going to put the Overpower under her. She's fighting at 5 with the knife for 1 damage attacks. But she also gets to draw a card every time, so that's not terrible. So now we want to go ahead and we will spend our 6 clues. And we are advancing. You find a path that leads deeper into this strange cave system. But before you can follow to see where it leads, the sound of water sloshing behind you sets your heart racing. When you turn to face the sound, what you see next nearly causes you to faint. It is an enormous hybrid of many faces and shapes, some human, some aquatic, all of them misshapen and revolting. As the thing draws closer, you meet the frozen gaze of one of the faces upon its body, and you realize that you recognize it. So we saw him set aside Amalgam Enemy, engage with the lead investigator, and then we're going to shuffle the rest of the treacheries into the encounter deck, and then we're going to shuffle the Tidal Tunnel locations together and put the Tidal Tunnel deck, and then put locations from top of Tidal deck into play below, to the left, and to the right of each revealed location, which is actually only this one location. This is kind of odd, but okay. So we get those 3. We get the Amalgam, who is here, and it says at the lead investigator's location, right? Engage the lead investigator, which is Silas, which is fine. Okay, so he's a 3/3/2. After you successfully evade the Amalgam by 2 or more, you can take control of 1 key on it. Forced after the Amalgam engages you, if you control a key, either place one of your keys on it or it attacks you. Ouch. Silas does not have a key. When the Amalgam is defeated, place it in the depths. So So actually, Amanda can attack this, and she'll get rewarded for doing it. She is going at a 5v3, so that's not too bad. Okay. And then we shuffle these into the encounter deck. Is it along with the discard pile? Yes. Okay. All right, and now we need to read the second act, The Escape. What is this place, and why have you been trapped here? You have to find a way out, but more of your memories might be tucked away in this pit. After a location is revealed, put the locations from the top of the Tidal Tunnel deck into play below, to the left, and to the right of those locations. Objective: there must be a way out of here somewhere. If each surviving investigator has resigned, advance. All right, so our goal is to get 3 memories, 1 more VP because we've got this one, and get out, which I realize that might be a tall ask, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not planning to clear Nihilism because she's drawing through her deck fairly fast. We might clear it after we cycle our deck. She's got, let's see, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So she's about a little over a third of the way through her deck already. Now we're going to probably draw a lot during this turn. So, okay, we're punching the rats, or using the knife on the rats. We're not discarding it. We're just fighting. It's +1. So we're actually at 5v1. So that's pretty good odds. Action 1, 5v1. Okay, that is -2. We do not fail. The rats are dead. Okay. And we get to draw a card from the Overpower. We get a Practice Makes Perfect. Okay, well that actually is cool. We could use that to actually pull a Vicious Blow, because I'm sure we have one. And we're guaranteed to hit it. Alright, so let's see. If we hit the Amalgam now, we are at 2, 3, 4 to beat 3. Silas is not happy about us going 4v3. Even 5v3 is not great. Oh, 5v3 with the knife. So we'll go 6v3 with the Grizzly Totem. Okay, that's a 0. That is 1 damage to the Amalgam. And we get to draw a card from the Overpower. We get another Overpower. Okay, the last action, we will commit the Vicious Blow to fighting the Amalgam again. We're at 4, 5, 6 to beat 3. -1. She draws a card, another card, and gets Magnifying Glass, which we will not put into play right away. It'll be nice to have, but we want to go ahead and test our Dream Diary first. So use the hand slot for that. She has 2 damage to him, goes away into the depths when he's defeated. So the depths. We'll consider this the depths. I think Silas fills up his hand and explores because we've got the track shoes. And we can kind of control the shape of this and not let it get too unwieldy if we explore the right way using his track shoes. So I think she's fairly well, because she's got the Overpowers and the knife out, she's fairly well protected if he runs off and does stuff. So I think action 1, we want to draw a card in case we draw a weakness, and then we'll go ahead and explore. So action 1, we'll get, okay, internal injury. We will take 2 actions to discard that, and that is his turn. She spent 3 actions as well. All right, let's do Upkeep. Silas will draw another Peter. That's just fodder for willpower tests, I suppose. And a resource. And we get another cracked case, which isn't really that valuable right now. We might just stick that under her. The things right now is to play the Dream Diary and get that, and get under her and maybe explore this next turn. Never make turns. Never make plans before you draw the encounters. Okay, we're at 5 of 7 Doom. We've only opened up one location. Alright, this is test through willpower. If you fail, you take 2 horror. So, killing me softly, I suppose. Killing me slowly. We could commit the Peter to this, but it just doesn't seem like going it even is worth it. And the Cherished Keepsake is like how we might be able to stave off some of this horror. So, yeah. We'll just take the 2 horror and accept it, and then try to get the keepsake out. Alright. 0! Okay, we fail by 1. We could lucky this. How important is this to not take horror? I'm gonna do it. I might regret it. But we're gonna lucky it. Silas's low sanity is a thing. Alright, and then Amanda will get a young deep one while she's going to take a horror. We can probably just put this on her. Not kill off the lab assistant just yet. Did she spend another turn fighting? Oh, we really wanted to put down the Dream Diary. Let's see, she draws. Promise of Power. Alright, we got some Treachery defense there now. We have the Overpower we could put under her. We would draw 2 cards and then play the Dream Diary. We could, and we can go to the Overpower. Or we could go for the Vicious Blow with the Practice Makes Perfect. So I do think it makes sense to put the other Overpower under her. Alright. Okay, and so she will fight. She is at 2, 3, 4, 5 V3. We will add an icon with the Gridded Totem, which shouldn't have been exhausted, to be 6 V3. Alright, that is -2. She does not fail. She puts a damage. She gets to draw a card from the Overpower. Alright, deduction. Then she will spend 1 to play Practice Makes Perfect from her hand. Search her deck, which is 3 cards, to grab the Vicious Blow. Commit that. Okay, again up by 3. Okay, she passes. Kills the young deep one. The Vicious Blow goes back into her hand. She draws a card from the Overpower, which is an Unexpected Courage. That's a nice card to go under her next time around. Alright, she's actually sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards with the but fortunately we have the lab assistant, so that's okay. And then we will spend 2 to put the Dream Diary into play in her hand. And then, we'll get the Essence of the Dream, which... Okay, so Silas continues to, I guess we want to play the Cherished Keepsake. We need some Horror Soak. So action 1. Then we will go ahead and investigate. or not investigates, we will look at this location. So we move into this location. So this is a tidal pool. It gets +1 shroud while it is partially flooded, and +2 shroud while it is fully flooded. After the tidal pool is revealed, randomly choose one set aside face down key and place it on the tidal pool without looking at it. There's 2 clues here. We do have the deduction. So there's a good chance it's not flooded yet that we could get the key off of here next turn. We're going to put our random set aside key on it. And then Silas will move into... Oh, he's not moving yet. He's going to... This is his... He played the Cheers keepsake. We're exhausting the track shoes after this move. We're going at 6v3 to try and move to that location. We're just going to... Oh, before we do this, we're going to open up. We have to put these 2 new locations. So my goal will be to move to here and open up this one, but then start exploring down. So we're not going too wide. All right, we get the -3, we pass. So we move to the Tidal Tunnel, which is, this one is, okay, forced. After you end your turn at the fish graveyard, if you do not control a key, take 1 horror. And then if there are no clues in the fish graveyard and you control the red key, which nobody does, then you can do the flashback. Okay, so we want to move back out of here now. We could... Trying to think out what shape we want to create this, but I think we want to come back. See, there are how many more in the Tidal Tunnel? There's only 2 more, so it'd be really great if we could just put them here and here and have this be a nice, kind of boxy thing. So he's here, but then he'll take his last action to move back, and then he's where Amanda's planning to go, and she can move in and deduction, and that will be wonderful. Okay. Yeah, seems good. All right. All right, and Silas will get a take heart. Amanda, the last card in her deck, which means now we can we'll be able to get rid of the nihilism. We'll get a promise of power, which we will dream enhancing serum. To draw another card, taking a horror. Do we kill the lab assistant? I think we do. And she goes into the discard after, because you take the horror after the draw. Then we can just play another lab assistant later. Or a Malison. Oh, actually, we don't want to do this. It's going to make us discard cards, isn't it? Let me think about this. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay, so we'll just put the horror here and not kill the lab assistant. She still has a horror on her. Alright, so she will draw another copy of Dream Enhancing Serum. Okay, I wouldn't mind getting rid of that. But, alright, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Alright. And she gets a resource. When I say 10 cards, she has 2 copies of Promise of Power, so she actually has 11, but that doesn't count towards her hand size. So we want to get over here and investigate this before the agenda advances. For 6 7 Doom. Okay, we get a deep 1 bull from for Silas, and this is going to be interesting. So he is, after a deep 1 bull engages you, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. After an investigator defeats another deep 1 at an enemy location, ready deep 1 bull and move it once toward that investigator's location. So he's just kind of annoying. He's in his threat area. We are going to have to evade. Oh, so we have to discard a card. We're going to discard Peter Sylvester. Okay, and then Amanda will get Dreams of Relay. You get a -1 willpower and -1 sanity. And then you can take an action to test 3 willpower. If you succeed, discard Dreams of Relay. Alright, this doesn't affect her right now, but it may affect her in the future. Alright, so what she wants to do is she wants to... Oh, and she gets to draw a card for her. And she gets an Unexpected Courage. So that's actually pretty nice, because now she has 2 Unexpected Courages. So I'm inclined to put 1 under her, and then she can commit the Perception and the Deduction to the Investigate, and get those, and then get that key, which seems good. Move in, do that, and then do the Dream Diary so we can get the Essence of the Dream. Another way we can move in. Oh, we could just solve the Dream Diary this turn pretty reliably. Yes, okay. And so what do we put under her? We'll put an Unexpected Courage under her. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, she's going to go first, and then she can commit a Vicious Blow to Silas doing stuff with the bowl, I guess. All right, so she will action 1, move in. Action 2, she will use the Dream Diary to get the Essence of the Dream in her hand, and then she will commit, action 3, she will commit Essence of the Dream, a Perception, a Deduction. She wants to solve it. She wants to beat this by 3. So right now we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versus 3. If we succeed, and then we can add our icon on the Grizzly Totem, which shouldn't be exhausted. So we're at 10 v3. If we fail by 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, we still succeed by 3. All right. Yep. All right, so this is good to get that clue. And then we can be done with the Dream Diary for now. Okay, -3. So we were at 10. So 7. So we definitely succeed by 3. We solve the Dream Diary. This goes away. We do draw a card from Perception, which will be Inquiring Mind, which is not useful right now, but could be. We get the 2 clues. Okay, good deal. All right, this Deep One Bowl, we do have the problem of actually attacking it without having lots to commit to it. So, and you know what? Actually, on her turn, she'll go ahead and spend 1 resource to fast play a magnifying glass. Just get it out of her hand, and that'll place the Dream Diary. There we go. Okay. So we can take his shot with the Derringer. He did 4, 5, 6, and then she can give him the Vicious Blow, so we can do 3 damage. And then we could punch him twice. Just be done with it. Yeah. But the punching twice is not amazing. I think we evade. We just have to deal with the fact that we're going to lose the lose cards. All right. So we will punch him. We will take a shot with the Derringer, and she commits the Vicious Blow. So he's up by 3 now. So 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 4. We really need a better weapon. Alright, that is the -3. So he takes 3 damage from that. And she could commit... Oh, and yeah, we grab this key, which we get to see what it is. It is the yellow key, which is not a key we need right now. This key up there cares about... Which key? Red key. Alright, so we're still going to have to explore a little bit. Alright. Oh, 1, 2. So she could commit the promise of power or whatever, but I think he just evades it and then tries to find a weapon. Otherwise, she can probably do combat duty next turn with like a promise of power or something crazy. All right, he's going to evade. We're up by 2. We're going to commit take heart. We can just pull it back if we fail. Actually, no, wait. What am I talking about? We're at 4, 5, 6. We're up by 1 billion. Yeah. All right, 4, 5, 6. Beat 2. Up by 4. Don't forget about Peter Sylvester. All right, 0. He's evaded. And then do we do the lame, like investigate, commit, take heart play? I guess we do. Oh, wow. Amanda could have cracked the case for 3 resources, but I forgot about it. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. All right. He's going to investigate committing take heart. And then we are at 2v3. If we pass this, I'll be sad. Because I don't even get a clue for this. I just need cards and resources. Or I just need cards, really. Do we just draw a card instead and save the take heart for later? Is that the better play? I think it is. Because we don't nearly need the resources. We're just going to draw a card for our last action. Which is a resourceful. What could resourceful get for us? I mean, a lucky. Pretty good. Alright. So he re-engages. And we will lose a leather coat. Alright. And then we will draw an encounter card. Or we'll do upkeep. For Silas, we'll get an old key ring. Well, we can still investigate, I suppose. We really don't want Amanda, like, having to use, like, Promise of Power to fight with. She'll draw a, a vicious blow. How cute is that? She's in good shape now to take care of business. All right. But first we have to advance the agenda. Your worst fears are coming true. Puddles of water that had barely reached your ankles are rising and joining one another. You scramble to find higher ground, but your efforts are for naught. In a matter of minutes, the water level has risen to your knees and shows no sign of slowing. Increase the flood level of each revealed location. So that is increased. This one can't be increased, and that one's increased. Okay. So that one is fully flooded. All right. Keep this card until the end of the game. Each time a location is revealed, increase its flood level. Keep this card next to the act deck as a reminder and advance to agenda 2A. Okay. I won't forget that, he says. All right. The water rises. Your every movement is coupled with the loud swashing of rippling water all around you. If the tide continues to rise, the cavern will be completely submerged in a matter of hours. Force, when your turn begins, if you are a fully flooded location, you struggle for air. The same force effect. You have to move to a location that's not fully flooded. You start at a fully flooded location. All right, so now we get some encounter cards, and Silas will get Riptide. Okay. So we test 3 agility, and if you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. All right, well, that's no good. We are at 6v3. What is there that we care about that we could resourceful for? I'm still going to commit resourceful to this, and then we will pull back probably a lucky. Yeah. All right, we get this is -2, so we pass. And resourceful will let us pull back a lucky, which is a good card. And we are done with that. Cool. And then Amanda will get a Lurking Deep one. After Lurking Deep one engages, you take 1 damage. Do we kill the lab assistant? I think we do. We can pay another lab assistant. Was there something else we were wanting to spend money on? Yeah, we'll just kill the laboratory assistant. Okay, and then she'll draw a card and we'll figure out what she gets under her. So we get a deduction. Alright. So we gotta deal with these enemies. If she puts a Vicious Blow under her, we can Vicious Blow both of them probably pretty easily, and then play the laboratory assistant. That seems like a good play. Okay. So the Unexpected Courage goes away. We'll put the Vicious Blow under her. So we will, first of all, we're going to hit the Lurking Deep one. We are just at 3v2, 4v2 with the knife, 5v2 with the Grizzly Totem. And this will kill him. Okay, he is dead. I think I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to play the Librarian now, Laboratory Assistant, in case we get cards that we want to play when we draw from her. So we get draw 2 cards, which will be Whispers from the Deep and a Crack the Case. The Crack the Case will let us Dream Enhancing Serum because we already have one to draw. A Practice Makes Perfect. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to fight, we're at 4v4 to attack the Deep One Bull. Commit this because we don't want it next turn. So this is our third action. We're down by 3. Let's see, do we have an Overpower? What are the odds of having an Overpower? 3, 4, 5, 6. Both of our... Let's see, we have how many cards left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We can certainly hit an Overpower in our draw deck. Oh, we don't have a resource to play Overpower. Okay, so we're not going to. So we will commit. We really don't want to flub this. Promise of Power, which has to put a curse token in the bag. So that gets us up to, we're at 4. Then that makes it a 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we're still up by 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, I'm doing this wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. We're down by 1. If we miss, we only do 1 damage to Silas. So sure. No, we're actually going to keep the Whispers from the Deep in our hand and go up by enough. Yeah, so we're up by 4 to kill the Deep One Bull. Alright, that is -2 because it's flooded and he is dead. And Amanda is still doing work, but she's still got her weakness in her hand. Okay. But Silas is going to investigate, may take heart, and she will commit Whispers of the Deep. So he is now at 1v3 with the Whispers of the Deep committed. This is action 1 for him. Alright, -1. We fail. Whispers of the Deep is gone. Silas will get 2 cards, 2 resources. Maybe he'll get a decent weapon. We get a Meat Cleaver and Daring. Okay, we're in business now so that Amanda can stop fighting. Alright. Action 2, he'll spend 3. Put down the Meat Cleaver. Let's see, I think we explore this way and we'll put a location here and here. That makes sense. Those are our last 2 locations. Yeah. And then we can just do that and then sweep all the way back around. All of that makes sense to me. Okay, so last action, he will move to this Tidal Tunnel. Okay. So this is move. It's a 2 shroud, 2 clue location. You can move from the underwater cavern to any flooded cave location. Forest after the underwater cavern is revealed, it becomes fully flooded. So it's a nice way to get places, but it also is dangerous because if you start there, you have to get to a non-fully flooded location. So we'll put the fully flooded marker here. We have to put these 2 tidal tunnels into play. He's going to track shoes to go over and find out what this one is. So we're at 6v3 on the track shoes test. Alright, that is -2 if you fail. Okay, we don't fail, and then we'll move here. This tidal tunnel, okay. This is the sealed exit. Is a 5 shroud, 0 clue location. Action. If an investigator at sealed exit controls a green key, resign. You unlock the grate and swim through the tunnel to freedom. Return all of your clues and the token pool to the token pool and place all of your keys on this location when you resign. After the sealed exit is revealed, it becomes fully flooded. So Silas is in a somewhat dangerous place in that he needs to get out of here and moving here is not good enough. Fortunately, he's got the track shoes, so that's probably okay. Alright, so we ready up. And he will draw a Live and Learn. And get a resource. Okay, and Amanda will draw. Okay, her Obscure Studies. That's decent enough. Alright, let's make sure we're not over her hand size here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, she's fine. And she gets a resource, so she can play Practice Makes Perfect. We are at 1 of 8 Doom. And Silas will get Deep 1 Assault. Disengage from each Deep 1 enemy at your location. Each Deep 1 enemy at your location, each connecting location engages you. If no enemies engage you from this effect, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Deep 1 enemy, spawn and engage with you, and shuffle the encounter deck. Alright. Well, I think we'll just go grab a lurking Deep 1 here. So after he engages you, take 1 damage. We'll get it out of the encounter deck. And he can certainly afford damage right now. Maybe later he won't be able to. Alright, this is engaged with him. And it's not a hunter, so we can actually just leave it there. And not have to have it pop out later. Of course, you can also kill it and heal a horror, so... I don't know. I guess let's see what Amanda gets. Amanda will get From the Depths. If the amalgam is in the depths, put it into play, engage with you. Otherwise, the amalgam in the depths from the depths gains surge. Okay, so the amalgam is in the depths. He engages her, and we have to decide, do we want to take an attack or do we want to give it one of our keys? I think we take the attack. So we'll put a horror on the laboratory assistant. You know what? We can just give it one of our keys and just pull off a big evade, right? With the promise of power. Because if you evade it by 2 or more, you get the key back. I don't know. I just don't feel like risking it. Because I don't think... Well, she's going to have to evade. Alright. We'll give it the yellow key. Alright. And then she'll draw a card. We'll see what we do. Okay, we get a perception. Okay. Alright, so let's do Silas first. Do we attack the lurking deep one or do we evade it? I think we just attack it. So we will put a horror on Peter, commit a daring, and that will we'll do. Oh, she has to choose a card to put under her, which we'll just put a unexpected courage. Generically good card. Okay, so now he is attacking. He is at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this Derringer has to be gone because didn't. Oh yeah, we played a Meat Cleaver. It's up here. Actually, the Derringer is not gone because we have 2 hand slots. Okay, so we are at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 2. Alright, that is -2. If you fail any questions, we do not fail. He's dead. -2, we can actually pull back the daring, which we do. And get a card draw, which will be Siren Call. That's unfortunate. We are going to have to clear that. Alright. And we heal horror. Now Silas will move because we don't want to stay at a flooded location. He will exhaust track shoes. We are at 6v3. See, we have used his ability. The second action. Okay, that is -3. We were at 6v3. So we will move up. And so I was going to, on the off chance that this actually ends up, oh, this fish graveyard should be partially flooded. I forgot to give it that flood token. Okay, anyway, this could be fully flooded, so I wouldn't have moved here in my last action, but we can always move to the fish graveyard if we need to. So this is the idle chamber. Okay, after it's revealed, plus set aside a blue key on it. Where do we need the blue key for something? Was that this one? This is the red key. All right. If there's no clues in the chamber and you control the purple key, which we do, then you can read flashback 4. So, great. All right. So this seems like a place to go and get clues and do things. We can get the blue key and we can get the flashback, which would help a lot. Alright, so we have one last action. We can't clear Siren's Call, but we can spend 1 resource and play the old key ring, which will help us potentially investigate to get clues. So we'll put the old key ring into play here with 2 keys on it. Still just investigating it even, but you know, we can find things to do. We could actually I don't know, get a look what I found back or something. All right, so now, or on to Amanda. That was his last action. All right, she is evading at 4v2. We really want to smash this. So we can commit a promise of power to this, putting another curse token in the bag, because we want the key back. So it is kind of her treachery mitigation card, but all right. So we're at we want to beat this by 3. We're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 2. Oh, by 2 or more. Okay. Seems okay. All right, we got a curse right away, and -4. So we did not evade by enough. We were at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So he keeps the key and he runs away, and we are sad. Oh, this unexpected courage sticks around. All right, so didn't accomplish much there. All right, so then I guess action 2 and action 3, she's gonna move to the idle chamber so they can just get that done, and then yeah, she should be able to do some pretty good investigates, I think. Yeah, seems okay. Could have added the icon with the grizzly totem, and actually we would have. But we just didn't, but it didn't matter. Okay, so she will action 2 and action 3. She's going to move up there, and then... oh, he's not, he doesn't leave. He's still there. So we can go clobber him and get the clue later. Okay, so he readies. And he is a hunter, right? Yeah. He does damage in a horror, is that true? Yeah. Okay. And then we'll get... I probably shouldn't have invested so much in getting that key, honestly. Because if you murder him, you get the key too. All right, we'll draw an unexpected courage for Silas. And a resource. And, you know, hopefully he can just clear the Siren's Call. All right. And we get an overpower for Amanda and a resource. Alright, we're at 2 of 8 Doom. We still got a lot of locations to open up, and we get a Dreams of Relay. Okay, you get negative willpower and -1 sanity. Well, that's not great for Silas, but I guess he's okay right now. It is 4 sanity. Alright, we get Rising Tides. Increase the flood level of the nearest location that can have its flood level increased. Okay. So now this suddenly, oh, we should have put a flood marker on this. We did not, but now it's fully flooded. So we've got to get the clues and get out of here. So I don't know that we care about, what is this one? This is if you control the red key, which we don't have. We got to go find the red key. Yeah, I think Silas is just okay. Oh, Peter, that was horror. It's going to be okay with just taking a hit from the amalgam. Makes sense. Okay, it's because he's just going to clear his thing and move. Okay, so Amanda's going to go, oh, she draws a card, and then we go. She draws an Inquiring Mind, which we already have one of those, so we can Dream Enhancing Serum to draw another card, which is going to be Burning the Midnight Oil. Okay, we could actually play that to get resources. Do we need resources for anything, really, though? Not really. We're going to put the Inquiring Mind under her. So we can get this clue. So it's a Shroud of 4. Action 1, we're going to commit Deduction. Yeah, we could test these dreams of relay, but I just don't think we care enough about that right now. All right, we're at, why do we have an acquire mind out here? We don't want to do that. Okay. So we're at 5v4, we're committing deduction to be 6v4, perception, 7, 8v4. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8v4. Yep, so first action we're investigating at 8v4. Actually, 9v4 because of the mag glass. We don't have to commit the perception, so we won't. We'll use the Grizzly Code and we 10 to still be 8v4, just for the deduction. Elder Sign, okay, well, doubles her icon, so she's really smashes the test. And she gets the 2 clues. All right, now we can, and if we have the, so we can take the blue key, which for sure, you know what, actually Silas will take it, which is fine. Okay. And then if there are no clues, you can do the flashback 4, which I'm not going to read, but I do know that it, flashback 4 gets rid of the elder things, right? Yes, we get rid of one of the elder things. I said elder things, but just one of the elder things, but it's good enough. So we're taking that. It seems to keep drawing them. Oh, also, we could crack the case, which we will do. We'll crack the case twice to get 8 resources for both of them. So we'll just give 3 and 4 to Silas, and we'll give, I mean, it's we don't need them, but 3 and 4 to her. So each have 6 resources. I guess we go to Fish Graveyard and just get a clue, because why not? I mean, we're going to need those clues anyway, so might as well get them, although it's easy enough for Silas to get it. We could test the Dreams of Relay. Do we care about the willpower test? Care about the lack of sanity? A little bit. It could kill her at some point. Right now, she has the opportunity to test it at 2, 3, 4, 5 to beat what? Oh, test willpower 3. Still not that great, is it? I think we just don't care. All right. I think we'll just move and investigate. So yeah, she'll move and then. She will investigate. And she's at just 5v2. Oh, actually, she could just keep going. Yeah, we'll do it. It's fine. We're going to have to get this eventually. Might as well use the icons we got it. And we want to stop at a place that has clues for Inquiring Mind. Okay. 0 can help us with any treacheries. So I'll pick up this clue. All right. Silas takes 2 actions to clear Siren Call and then moves. The Amalgam will come in. He will attack Silas, who can give him his key or take an attack, but we'll take the attack. We'll take a damage. Put a horror on Peter, and since Silas has a key, he hasn't taken a horror for ending his turn there. All right. All right, cool. All right, Upkeep. Silas will draw a Eureka. Nice enough. And a resource. And Amanda will draw another Practice Makes Perfect. That's 2 of those. We can exhaust the Dream Enhancing Serum to draw Fine Clothes. Okay. 9 cards. She gets a resource. All right. We are at 3 of 8. And we'll draw a card. We'll get from the depths. If he's in the depths, put him into play engaged with you. Otherwise, place the amalgam in the depths. And from the depths, game Surge. Well, that's unfortunate because we wanted to evade him to get our key back. All right. And again, Surge. Maybe he'll just come back and attack us. Okay. We get Undertow instead. All right. This is the one we got to discard a card to undo the fight test to get rid of it. It's fine. All right. And then, or agility, actually. And then the Riptide. If your location is unflooded, Riptide gains Surge. Otherwise, you test a 3 agility. If you fail, choose one, discard 1 asset you control. If you cannot, lose 1 resource for each one you fail by. She's testing at 5v3. She'll add an icon to be 6v3. Which is pretty good odds. -1. Okay, she passes. And she draws the last card of her deck, which will be another Burning the Midnight Oil, which she can dream Enhancing Serum that. Which shouldn't be an exhausted. She puts a horror on the Laboratory Assistant and draws a card. And she will draw Deduction. All right, nice. And we'll go ahead and put her other Inquiring Mind under her. And then I think we go open up. Well, I think Silas can investigate to get that last clue and then go open up that other location. And that's pretty... Oh, he's got to do this Undertow. Okay. So... he would be testing at 6v3 is fine. Alright. He's going to discard the Live and Learn. I don't think we need it. And he'll test 6v3. This is a free on the Undertow. And I guess we'll commit Eureka. So we can just find a card. So we're 7v3. No action to do this. That's +1. We succeed. We'll leave the Eureka committed because we just want to look at our cards. So we get a Meat Cleaver, an Old Keyring, or a Sea Change Harpoon. The meat. I think we'll take the Sea Change Harpoon that we can use later when we're done using the Keyring. Our deck is very thin, so we should be getting it anyway. Getting the other Keyring out anyway. Alright, so that's gone. Action 1, he'll investigate using the old Keyring. Okay, sadly, I lost a little bit of footage here. Silas got the clue on the fish graveyard. We moved here, which is the Tidal Pool, and we found out that it's that this location had the last remaining key on it, which was the red key, which Amanda, she investigated, committing her deduction. She got that key. And then, Silas picked up the key because he can track shoes back and get this. Then we did Upkeep, and Silas got an old Keyring, and we got a Lurking Deep one and a Young Deep one. And now we are at the beginning of the phase, and Amanda will draw her card, which is an Unexpected Courage. So we actually could evade these guys and get out of here. Amanda could just murder everything, I think. With if she puts a overpower under her, and I don't think she's like planning on going anywhere, or like she can just move down to the next location. So I think that's fine. First action, she will attack the young deep one. She is at let's see, and I don't think I took a horror for her engaging the young deep one because we took a horror on the lab assistant for recycling her deck. So we are at 2, 3, 4, 5 from the knife. We're spending 1 on Practice Makes Perfect. For a vicious blow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We do find a vicious blow. So we are now at 4, 5 to beat 3. Well, Grizzly Totem 6 to beat 3. Okay, it's good enough. Does 2 damage. The vicious blow comes back into her hand. Then she draws a card, which will be Crack the Case, which we super don't need. And then we will... I don't think we have a... We do have an Unexpected Courage. We can commit to this. We do. Okay. We'll commit the Unexpected Courage, which gets her to 6v3 to do the last ping of damage. -2. It's dead. And then, since this the other lurking deep one doesn't, now she gets to draw a card from that. Silas will just evade the other one. She gets her other deduction. And she's going to move for her last action into this location. So this is 3 Shroud, 0 Clue. If the investigators at Altered Dagon control a blue key or 3 or more other keys, they may spend 4 clues as a group and take control of the set-aside green key. Alright. So if we have a blue key or 3 or more other keys, well, we actually have the blue key here. So Silas was going to go to the fish graveyard, but now I think it actually makes sense for him to go there, and they can spend their 4 clues and get, the green key, which allows them to get out. This should be partially flooded. We just have to get that yellow key back from the amalgam. I'm regretting. I have regrets. Okay, so we are going to evade the lurking deep one, who we should have taken a horror from. We took a damage from him, but we should have taken a horror from him as well, which would have gone to Peter. Okay, we're evading at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that is a -2. Take back the daring because we pass. We get to draw a card, which is another meat cleaver. Right, getting healthy on cards. That was action 1. This lurking deep one is evaded, and we don't have to ever come back here again. And action 3, we'll spend 1, 2, 3, 4 clues because we have the blue key, and we'll pick up the green key. So that was evade, move. Awesome. Upkeep, Silas draws another lucky. So that's pretty good. He's up to 9 resources. pretty ridiculous. And Amanda, get another cracked case because, you know, we just needed to be richer. I guess we could be. We could Dream Enhancing Serum. And why not? Another card, which is going to be a lab assistant. Okay. So she is actually at too many cards, looks like. We'll drop the Dream Enhancing Serum. All right, we are at 5 of 8 Doom, and we'll get a Blind Sense. You test 3. If you fail, the amalgam is in the depths. Put into play engaged with you. It makes an immediate attack. Actually, we would like to fail this, but we're not going to because we're at 6v3. So we want to get him back out so we can get that yellow key. It's a real problem, actually. If only I could auto-fail. We did actually spend... It was off camera, but I actually did succeed at one of those tests. The little key ring. Alright. 6v3. Peter should heal the horror. Okay, so we get -3 if you fail. Okay, so it's no big, doesn't do anything. And then Amanda will get. Okay, she's going to get this. She is at 2v3, and he's going to come out and attack her, and we're just fine with that. All right, -2. So, yep, it engages her. It's going to make 2 attacks because let's see. I think if we murder it, we get all the keys, right? Yep. All right. So Silas is just going to murder it. Yep. So he comes. He takes her key when he engages her. We'll give it the purple key, and then it does make an immediate attack. So she'll take a horror. Well, actually, a horror and a damage on the laboratory assistant and kill her, which is fine. All right, and then she draws a key at the card at the beginning of her turn, which is going to be the Dream Diary, which doesn't help. Okay, so Silas can get both of these clues if he attacks successfully. She's got to put a card under her. She is probably not doing much. This guy is ready, not that it matters. She's going to play the laboratory assistant and move, I guess. So we're probably not investigating. We will just put a crack the case under her. Actually, no, we'll put a we'll put a crack the case under her. That's fine. Just something that we just don't need. All right. So Silas is going to take a horror on Peter and use the meat cleaver. This is action 1 to attack. So he is at 4, 5. To beat 3. So she will use the Vicious Blow, the Grizzly Totem. So 6, 7 to beat 3. This will do 3 damage. This will kill him or defeat him back to the depths. And Silas will get all the keys, which is what we want. All right, -1. Goes back to the depths. Silas gets the keys. And we're done with that. Okay. Action 2, we are going to move. I think we're going to open up this Tidal Tunnel down here. We could go up to do the fish graveyard thing to get that flashback. But we just want to open up locations. So we're going to track shoes. 6v3. Okay, that is -2. He passes, so he'll move into here, and we'll see what this is. All right, this is the underground tunnel. It cannot be fully flooded. After it's revealed, increases flood level. So, and it's a 4-shroud, 2-clue location, or 4-clue location with a victory point. Okay, this vicious blow is done. All right, so we can reliably, we can use the last key on the key ring to investigate at 2. We will 2v2. We'll use the unexpected courage to go up by 2, and then we can lucky if we need to. Up by 2 is pretty good odds, though, actually. Okay, we auto-failed. Just kidding. Alright, well that actually doesn't use a thing off the old keyring. And we can use his ability to get the unexpected courage back. So, that just cost us an action, nothing more. Alright, so Amanda will move, and then spend 1 resource to put down William T. Mallison, which means she's just got some horror damage. So, because I think we're pretty close to where we want to be in terms of getting all the stuff done. All right. Upkeep. Silas will get his net and a resource. Amanda will draw another vicious blow. Resource. Let's see, our hand size is now 8. So she's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll drop the Dream Diary and the Fine Clothes, I believe. Right. We're at 6 of 8 Doom. And we will get, this is Fractured Consciousness. Test 3 intellect. If you reveal, okay, you take 2 damage. I don't think we care about the damage here. We're pretty okay on damage, Silas is. So we're just going to test 3 intellect. We're at 2v3. Okay. Take 2 damage. And then Amanda is going to get this just 4 willpower or 4 intellect. If you reveal the elder thing, you auto fail. For everything you fail, you're going to have to discard a card from your hand. So, I think this is a good candidate. We're already at 3v4. We'll commit Crack the Case, and actually we'll commit Crack the Case and 2 Burning the Midnight Oils to add 3 intellect icons. So that gets us to 3, 4, 5, 6 to beat 4. Seems okay. You know what? That makes no sense. Because I can just discard these cards when I fail. So yeah, we're just going to go at 3 to 4. Okay. -2, if you fail and your location is flooded, take 1 damage. So she will take a damage, which I'll put on Mallison. So she failed by 3, so we'll discard the same 3 cards that we were looking at getting rid of. Okay. Okay, and then she will, at the beginning of the round, she'll get the, Whispers from the Deep, which has to go under her. That's not amazing. Because we wanted to clear this location of clues. Let's see, is there a deduction that we can get to pull this off? There is not. So practice makes perfect isn't really going to help us. What do we do? I think Silas. Silas goes first and spins. He'll do his thing. He'll use the unexpected courage to go up by 2 with the old keyring. We actually don't spend it unless we're successful. So we're up by 2, which is pretty good. We got the lucky. Okay, that's -2. We pass. Doing's committed. So we get a clue. Okay. Then we'll spend 1 resource to put out another old keyring. And he will use it. Let's see. Do we want Amanda to commit perception to this? She'll commit perception and then use the Grizzly Totem. Yeah. So he is up by 3. Again, using the old keyring. Okay, that is -2. So he will get a clue, and she will draw a card, which is an unexpected courage. She could get both of these clues, I think. All right, she'll use Obscure Studies to put it under her to pull back her Whispers from the Deep. So now she's at a 6v4 with a magnifying glass. She will investigate, committing Whispers of the Deep. So she's at 5v4, 6, 7v4, right? So she's at 5, 6, 7, 8, 7v4. She's investigating at 7v4. Alright, that's -2. So she just gets the clue and it clears her weakness. Alright, she will investigate again. She's just at 6v4. That's probably okay. -1. She's got the clue. We got the victory point. That's good. For last action, I think we draw a card because we need to fill up our hand. So we'll just draw a card, which is going to be an Overpower. All right. Cool. All right. It's time for Upkeep. Silas did get a thing off his old keyring. And we'll draw, we get Granny Orn. She's not useful, given that we got Peter out, but it's okay. And a resource. Amanda will get another Perception. Okay. I think we're going to end up putting that under her. And a resource. Okay. All right, we need to be done here very soon. We're going to get 7 of 8 Doom, and Silas will draw Deep One Assault. So this is disengage from each one in each connecting location. So we got to go find one. So we'll get nothing from there. Peter should heal. Let's go get one of these young deep ones that gives him a horror. shuffle that, but whatever. Okay. And then Amanda will get... Okay, this is the Memory of Oblivion. This is where she's going to have to discard cards. This is going to be bad. It's testing... oh, actually, she's got the Obscure Studies. So she's actually at an intellect of 5v4. We'll use the Promise of Power, putting a... to be... putting a curse token in the bag. She's at 9v4. Actually, she's not going to use the Promise of Power. Yeah, she will. 9v4. That's fine. Let's just get this done. Okay, -1. She passes. And then she draws a card. Her last card of her deck. She gets another Promise of Power. I wish I hadn't used that one because I could Dream Enhancing Spirit. Alright. So I think she's just going to go and open up new locations. We're going to put a Perception under her. And then Silas can evade and get out of here. Okay, so action 1, she's going to move into the Tidal Tunnels here. We get the Underwater Canyon. Okay, so this is the one that's fully flooded. You can move to any flooded location, and it's fully flooded. Okay, so that's fine. Action 2, she's going to move here. This is the Ridden Pit. Alright, so this is for each key controlled by an investigator at Ridden Pit, it gets -1 shroud. Unfortunately, she has the key, so it's a 5 shroud. If there are no, and you control the yellow key, which Silas does, then you can read Flashback 2. Alright. And it is partially flooded. Alright. And there are 2 clues here. Can she get one of them? I'm sure she can. Too bad the practice makes perfect does nothing. She's at 4-5 to beat 5. She'll use Promise of Power to beat 6, 7, 8, 9. Putting another curse token in the bag. 9, 10. 10 to beat 5 for 1 clue. And there should be 2 clues on this underwater cavern. Okay, we got the curse out. -1, we pass. Alright, cool. And we get 1 clue. Alright, Silas is going to evade this young deep one. He's at 6v... Oh, she draws a card, actually. So I'll put a Horror on Malison. That was from the Perception. She draws a card. And she gets a Burning the Midnight Oil. Alright, so we're evading the young deep one now. First action, we're evading the young deep one. We're at 6v3. With a lucky in hand. We'll get, oh, the curse token. So we're at 5v3. And that is -2. If you fail, control T, take 1 horror. We do not want to fail, just because we need the actions. So we'll spend 1 resource to be lucky. And it's evaded. Alright, Silas, second action will move and track shoes. -3 on the track shoes test. And we get -2, so we pass. He'll be here. And he's going to use his key ring. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, which reduces try down to 2. The key ring reduces it down to 0. This is the last action, is to investigate. Alright, -2. So he gets less clue. They can read the flashback 2. Which will get rid of the cultist, I believe. I have the yellow key there. Yeah, we're getting rid of cultist out of the bag for the rest of the campaign. All right, so that's cool. They've done flashback 2. All right, this guy, ready? Silas, let's see, we'll do Upkeep. Silas will draw a Resourceful. Last card in his deck. Get a resource. And then we get a Crack the Case. Resource for Amanda. Okay, now we are at 8 Doom. We're advancing. Life gets hard. Okay. You panic as the water level continues to rise within the caverns. Before long, you are swimming instead of walking in the flooded cavern floor. Many of the tunnels are fully submerged. If you don't get out of here quickly, there will be nowhere safe to catch your breath. Each revealed location becomes fully flooded. It does not include these because they cannot become fully flooded. Alright. And then until the end of the game, every time a location is revealed, it becomes fully flooded. Alright. Now we have the last one. For Doom Threshold, Sacrifice for the Deep. Save for a few rocky perches, the entire cavern system is submerged in seawater. You have to find a way out of here, and soon. With the same force, take 5 direct damage, which would kill either of them if they don't pass by a non-flooded location. So that is definitely a thing to be concerned about. Okay, and they're right there. All right, so we get this, the Fractured Consciousness for Silas. Okay, he's testing 3 now. Look, he's at 2. I want to take that damage? I kind of don't. We will commit the Resourceful to be 3. And, let's see. Amanda will commit the Laboratory Assistant to be 4 and 5. So we're 5v3 here, lucky in hand. Oh, Peter did heal as well. Alright, 0. He passes. For Resourceful, he will get a lucky back out of his hand. Now, Amanda's counter is Rising Tides. Increase the flood level. Okay, so there's no flood level. It can be increased since everything is flooded, so it's just gain Surge. And she'll get a Swarm of Rats. It's on her. Alright. So Amanda will move. Oh, she has to draw a card. She'll get Inquiring Mind. It doesn't matter what she puts under her. We'll just put that under her. She's going to move, taking a damage from the rats, killing off Malison. Action 1. Action 2, she'll take another damage. her first actual damage of the game. And then she will, if an investigator at the sealed exit controls the green key, resign. So she has the green key. She drops her key here and she resigns, which means Silas could pick it up and resign because it's there. Okay, so now Silas needs to get up here, and he just needs to get this location. He has the red key, right? He has the red key, yeah. So if he gets up there and does that, but if he moves, he can, like, you know, move action 1, 2 to track shoes there, or to 1, then this flooded cave he can move here, then he could track shoes to there, and if he fails, he just gets defeated. Move action 1, action 2 is to move here, action 3 is here, and then track shoes there. Yeah, I think that's what we do, and we just risk death. All right, so action 1, he moves here. Action 2, it says you can move to any flooded cave location. This is a flooded cave location. So then we do the free trigger to flashback 3, which gets rid of the tablet. So we're getting rid of the tablet. 1 of the 3 tablets. Okay. And then his last action, he's going to desperately try to get here. Here, and we're track shoes, we're at 6. V3 with a lucky in hand. Anything but the auto fail, and if it's the auto fail, then our brave sailor self just drown. Alright, we get a -2, he passes. Alright, so there we go. We are safe. The young deep one will come in and he will engage us. So we'll take a horror. He will attack us. So we take a horror and a damage. And then we will do upkeep. He cycles his deck, which means we're killing... Peter heals. In his turn, we cycle our deck, putting another horror on Peter. He will draw a vicious blow. Okay. Not particularly useful. Only thing I would care about right now is a quick thinking and a resource, because we don't have enough. Alright, put it in. We'll get Undertow. Okay. Well, we have to discard a card and give this one a shot. Alright. Alright, so we're testing our agility. We'll just discard this Granny Orn for a free trigger. We're testing at 6v3. Track shoes is not exhausted. Okay, this mess 4. We will spend 1 of our main resources to be lucky, and that is gone. Now we have... Alright, so we will move. Action 1. Taking attack of opportunity, which will kill Peter. And the young deep one. Damage and horror, we will exhaust track shoes. We are testing at 6v3 again. We do have another lucky, fortunately. -3. Alright, excellent. Second action, we'll take another attack of opportunity. Take a horror on the cherished keepsake. And we'll take a damage. So we move the sealed exit. Now, one thing, when she resigned, it actually says return all of your clues to the token pool. So because it says that, he can actually pick up this key. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to pick up this key because she would have resigned and dropped all her clues there. And there's the last action. He resigns, and we get to read the back of the act. Okay. The tunnel continues onward with no one in sight. Your lungs heave with pain. You have held your breath far longer than you ever thought possible. For a moment, you wonder if you should turn back. But by now the entire cavern must be completely submerged. Even if it weren't, you couldn't hope to outlast the creatures that dwell inside for very long. No, there's no going back. Your only hope is to press forward. Another minute passes. The current seems to grow stronger as the tunnel narrows ahead. Your chest feels as though it's about to burst. Finally, you emerge from the ice-cold seawater and tumble out of the cavern, landing hard on rocky shore. We get R1, and we got our 2 victory points, plus we get victory points for all of the recovered memories. So we'll end up with 6 VP, or 6 XP to spend, and we got all of the flashbacks. So that's great. Very happy with how they did, and I think we'll have some choice upgrades that I will be going over in the next video. So, hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time on Winging It.